Are you ready to transform your pool into a stunning oasis? At Mainland Pool Service, they're a family-owned business committed to keeping your pool looking pristine all year round. They believe that pool care should be proactive, not reactive, which is why their skilled team handles everything from routine cleaning to complex issues with precision. They prioritize clear communication and personalized solutions to exceed your expectations. Join the Mainland Pool Service family today and experience the difference their expertise and dedication can bring to your relaxation retreat. Contact them now at mainlandpoolservice.com.
Jeff Dunham, Artificial Intelligence, his all-new tour.
Jeff Dunham. You're the other white meat.
How can you be so smart on one hand and so stupid on the other? Well, you're half of it.
I realize I could have avoided all this years ago with one simple word. I do not. Silence!
Don't miss a Memphis. Friday, April 10th, FedEx Forum. Tickets on sale Monday, September 29th at jeffdunham.com.
Each challenge is unique, so each game plan is customized to identify opportunity and the path to victory. It's true in basketball, it's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle with personalized planning and advice. Play hard, bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by May 30th, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Tiger, I guess, probably delivered or created the biggest headline from the weekend by leaving open the possibility that he will play at the Masters.
I don't think it's very likely, but anything with Tiger seemingly throughout his career, even in the late stages coming off injuries, has been possible. I mean, it will take a Herculean effort, I would believe, Gary, for him to be able to make it. But I think I'll say this, if it is all physically possible, I think he will do it.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
The heaviest metal credit card of all time. Rumored to be one of only 18 in existence. Plated with the very same tungsten that forged the International Space Station. And wielded at business dinners like a samurai sword. It's a classic corporate power move. But the real power move? Having end-to-end visibility on your most critical shipments. FedEx, the new power move.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Feels great to feel the sunshine. Gotta own the day like it's all mine. Just got paid in his own time. Been working hard, I've been on the grind. I deserve this feeling, having my way. I've been on this healing. This is my day. The sun's out, let's have a little fun now. I wanna let it all out. That's what it's all about. Cause I deserve this feeling, having my way. I deserve this healing. This is my day.
Grind City Media presents The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt. Live from the Grind City Media studios on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
What's up, everybody? It is Tuesday, March 10th. It is going to be a good day. Jessica Benson with you from the Grind City Media Studios in Memphis, Tennessee. CJ Hurt behind the glass. We have got a busy show ahead. Mike Wallace will join us on the road with the Grizzlies. Will Coleman has the latest on the Tigers going into the conference tournament, plus his top 5 wings in college basketball this season. We will talk NBA, NFL free agency, TV Tuesday, and more. I'll start the show by shouting out my Bartlett Panthers. I don't know if you know this, CJ. They're built different. They're built different. Yeah, did you know?
I'm kind of aware. They're, what, 9th in the nation? Boys basketball team?
Mm-hmm.
Beat the hell out of Rossview?
Rossview. I called him Rossville on the show yesterday. Who cares? Doesn't matter. Ross, whatever. Bartlett's going to beat you 73-31.
Pride of Clarksville. You know, I beat Ross. So when I was in school, when I was in middle school, they had just built Rossview Middle. And they were working on building the high school. We beat Rossview Middle for the state for the city championship, excuse me.
Oh.
Clarksville, Tennessee, 6th, 7th, 8th grade boys basketball. You know what my nickname
Never
was?
forget. What?
Slow-mo. Because I was so much
Okay,
slower.
Kyle Anderson.
I was so much. No, Kyle Anderson
you were
is
just
athletic.
slow.
I was legit slower.
You were just
The
slow.
issue was I was 11 playing with dudes who had flunked 3 or 4 different times. So
feel
they
that.
were almost 16 in 8th grade. So yeah. Shout out Rossview.
Not shout out Rossview. Down goes Rossview. And Bartlett's going to Murfreesboro.
All right.
State tournament time. Shout out to my Bartlett Panthers because I only associate with winning basketball teams in the state of Tennessee this March because March is for winning basketball games, and that's what Bartlett does. Meanwhile, your Memphis Grizzlies played a good old-fashioned game of who wants it less last night against the Brooklyn Nets, and the Grizzlies won that battle, lost the game, won the who wants this one less battle, falling to the Nets 126 to 115. I became increasingly reminded last night that we are going to oscillate between games like the one we had on Saturday, competitive fun, still resulting in a loss to the Clippers, and games like the one last night that was very ugly. The Grizzlies had 8 players available, 10 guys out for the 14th time in the last 15 games. I think it was 14 or 15. Either that or it was 15 or 16. Regardless, the stat is the Grizzlies lost the rebounding battle, which has been a continuous problem as they have been playing without a true center. Brevin pointed out astutely during the game how hard it is to run a half-court offense when all the guys out there are the same size, which does make a quagmire of a season, CJ, because the Grizzlies are continuously operating under the format or the function of not having a true roster out there, not having a true rotation, I should say, as they are short-manned and have a lot of point guards and not a lot of bigs and not a lot of depth in that front court, and it just makes for a tough product to watch some nights, as was the case last evening.
Yeah, no, the Nets did what the Clippers did in the second half. They just did it the whole game and said, hey, they've got nothing inside. Let's just go in there. And they made a concerted effort. A team, Pete pointed this out on the broadcast, a team that spends a lot of time hoisting threes, missing them, but hoisting them, decided, we're not taking all those threes. We're going to get inside and we're going to try and see if the Grizzlies have anything on the inside. And no rim deterrent, no rim protector. No, the Grizzlies didn't have anything to end the first quarter. The Nets were around 60% from the field at some point in the second quarter, maybe with like 6 minutes left. I think that number had jumped to damn near 66% from the field. And it's like, okay, well, what are the Grizzlies supposed to do when the Nets are coming downhill and the Nets have bigs and there's nobody around the rim who can say, hey, don't do that. Hey, I'm here. Adjust your shot. If the Grizzlies aren't going to be able to keep dudes in front of them, they're going to get beat off the dribble. Teams are going to go straight to the rim. There's nothing big back there to say, okay, I might want to kick this out. So, yeah, it's fine. I was excited. I forgot that Danny Wolf played. I was like, oh, my gosh, Danny Wolf is out there. How are the Nets ruining Danny Wolf's career? How is this happening? Got to see him play, and then the camera went to the bench of the Nets. I was like, is that my guy, Jevon? Jevon Howard is
I thought you were
over
going to
there.
say, I saw Megan Triplett in the background.
Yeah,
it was the
Megan's
Megan
there.
Triplett Bowl.
I talked to Megan
About
last
Tennessee
week.
State? Oh.
Yeah, last week I talked to Megan about something Tennessee State related. So I was like, okay, yeah, I've seen her before. I'm not excited about that, but that's Jevon.
That's Jevon.
That's Jevon.
I had 3 positives to take away from last night's game. I'll start with one adjacent to you talking about the shooting percentage of the Brooklyn Nets, because coming out of half, Rob Fisher did his standard interview with one of the Grizzlies' assistants. They're going back and forth. Rob specifically asks about, the Nets shooting, I think, 57% at the time. And then the tables got turned on Rob. If in case you missed it, in case you weren't watching Grizzlies Nets, this is what you missed. Take a listen.
Jacob didn't grab it.
That's okay.
We didn't send it in time.
Okay.
What a setup, though.
What a setup.
Jacob, when
I
you
thought that
grab
was a
it,
pretty
if you
good
can,
setup.
if you
I
can
thought that
grab
was
it,
a pretty
let
well
us know.
set up. Okay, second up on the list,
Okay.
Jevon Small. Jevon Small played well last night.
Yeah.
In the point guard, if we're calling it like a point guard factory Q3, if we're in quarter 3 of the point guard factory of this season for the Memphis Grizzlies, the earnings on Jevon Small, I would say he has a nice edge right now, at least on Walter Clayton, looking at specifically last night's game and the last couple of games. Jevon last night, 19.7 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 1 turnover. He also had a nice one-handed dunk. We had nice dunks from Jevon. We had a nice dunk from Omax. And I thought the other positive was the GG dunk. The GG dunk off the Cam pass, that was a nice play. Every game, we get one of those super GG athletic moves, and you're just like, that was great. And we got one of those from GG last night. Jacob now has the Rob Fisher interview, so now we're going to take a listen to what went down.
Running in transition. Now, I got a question for you. What you going to do differently in the second half? Me? Boy, that's a great question. No one's ever asked me. I'm gonna enjoy it and have a little more popcorn, probably. Sounds good. Let's win this game. Thanks, Coach. So good.
Rob just froze. Like, wait, what?
Okay, for Rob, someone who has done this over and over and over and over again. Like, he has the schedule of his game. He knows he's going to do this halftime interview. He's done a million of them. And for the first time, for that to get turned around on you, well, what are you going to do differently in the second half? I would have froze too. Because you're so used to the monotony of what this is. And he just flipped it right on him. I think we need more of this. Except not to me. Please don't do it to me.
You're standing up on the box on the Jumbotron. Mm-hmm. It's just like, hey, player, that was a great game. How did you do it? Well, listen, I don't know how I did it, but I know I have people who heard the pre-half and post. How did you do it? It was a great call by you. How did you do it?
You had a bit of a rough first half. How did you turn around in the second half tonight? Like, I don't know. And I love Rob. Eat some popcorn.
Eat more popcorn. Yeah. Like, you're not doing anything different, Rob.
It's pretty fast. He had the stall. I'd give him like a solid B.
I think Rob Fisher could be better. I know the personality that's hiding underneath that suit. I give him a. I've seen more personality out of Rob.
Yeah.
I give it a.
But that's not the time for his personality. So he had his brain broke. My brain would have also broke.
It's always time for the personality to come out. Always so time. Funny. It was. It made me chuckle.
Chris was like, "Can we rewind that and watch it one more time?" And I said, "Yes, we can absolutely rewind it." Anything else for you from the Grizzlies game last night? They have another one tonight, Grizzlies Sixers, which we'll talk to Mike about in the next segment.
What is going to happen positionally with Cam Spencer? Would you like him to be a perimeter wing, or would you like him to be an on-the-ball point? Because I can see him. He's done a good job. I think Cam has truthfully done a very, very good job at the point guard spot. The issue is that the best use of him, and like, how do you find a way for him to still get those shots and be the three-point assassin that we all know him to be from the point guard position? They hadn't done a good job of that this year. If you can find a way to figure that piece out and still have him on the ball, I'd like to see that. You brought up the assist to Gigi and the assist to Omax, both leading to really impressive dunks by the two of them, and give both of them credit, Omax and Gigi, for catching the ball and then finishing strong. Like, Cam Spencer with the ball in his hands is a gamer, and I want the ball in his hands, and I want the ball in my gamer's hands as much as possible. So now that point guard spot, that point guard position for the Grizzlies, if you throw Cam in there, it's Cam, Jevon Small, is at Ty Jerome potentially, is Scottie Pippen Jr.
And Clayton.
Walter Clayton Jr. Can he play someplace else, right? So now you've got this situation going into next year where you might have 5 okay point guards. You need good ones, but you've got some options to choose from there.
We'll talk with Mike about just that in the next segment. The opposite of Grizzlies Nets last night, we had Thunder Nuggets, which was an absolute banger. The last 40 seconds of this game was like an MVP predictor seesaw between SGA and Jokic, and ultimately the Thunder win 129-126. But how we got there, this is the package of highlights that the NBA put up last night. The Nuggets were down 3. So Thunder, Nuggets, late in the fourth quarter, Nuggets down 3. Jokic coming with the little spin move. Down 4, excuse me. Math is hard. Down 4. Jokic spin move around. Math is my subject. Down 3. Now they're not. So Thunder up 1. SGA comes with the little stop and pop, top of the key 3. Boom. Got it. Thunder back up 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 13.6 seconds left in the game. Everyone's like, yes, big shot by SGA. Let's go. Nuggets get the ball back. And what's going to happen? It's Jokic. It's a catch and shoot 3. He makes it, and Jamal Murray is fouled on the screen. So the chance for a 4-point possession between two players, the rarity, and Murray is going to go ahead and make the free throw. So we have a tie game with 8.5 seconds left. Thunder, out of the timeout, ball goes to SGA. SGA, step back, 3, bang, game winner. Nuggets heave is no good. And the Thunder win 129-126. The end of the game, stellar, as you just saw. But the fact that SGA had that game winner and those 2 moments in the last 40 seconds on the same night where he recorded his 126th straight game with at least 20 points, which ties Wilt Chamberlain for the NBA record. That's good stuff for the scriptwriters. That's good stuff. Like, anytime you and Wilt get to share a stat, that is basketball euphoria. But for SGA to do it on the same night, to reach that accomplishment on the same night while also delivering absolute kill shots, excellent. Then you also have him after the game asked about the decision to take the step back 3, and he delivered one of our best quotes of the year. Take a listen.
You know you're going to take a step back 3 or when you're out?
Yeah, nah, I had no clue what I was going to do. I have answers to the test, but like I got to see the questions first. So once I seen he was on my left and I was going right, I think it was Christian Braun that was in the gap. So I knew I probably was like, if I drove to shoot a midi, it was probably gonna be a contested with 2 guys. So I tried to separate from the 3 and get a good, comfortable shot, and it went down.
I saw basketball guru Ben Stiller, and noted Knicks fan, said that has to be one of the best, coolest sports quotes ever. Like, just the totality of that game, the Wilt tying stat, the game winner, the quote of SGA saying, I have answers to the test, but I have to see the questions first. Like, 1, 2, 3. It was awesome. He also had 15 assists, 0 turnovers, 35 points on 67% shooting, only took 4 free throws. It was an excellent game.
Yeah, very, very impressive. And that's what you want from that player. Whoever your player is, who you put the ball in their hands to get a bucket for whatever reason, to start a run, stop a run, end the game, win a game, you want them to step up with the thought, hey, I need to see what they're doing first, and then I'm going to beat it. Not I'm gonna beat it like this, because that you're predetermining what you're doing, and defenses will adjust to that and will gear to stop that. You can't predict what the defense is doing. His ability to identify what the defense is doing and then execute flawlessly his offensive moves to get a quality look at the rim is what makes him such a very, very good professional basketball player. That game I watched it start to finish, and it did not disappoint. If you only caught that last little piece right there, you missed out, because the whole game was that.
Like that.
It was that. The Nuggets made a concerted effort with no Chet, no Hartenstein, no a dark-skinned Jalen Williams, right? No Caruso. They made a concerted effort to go inside as much as possible, and they started by force-feeding Aaron Gordon the ball inside. And it's like, oh, okay, here we go. This is the type of game it's going to be. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then you get to the late stages of the fourth quarter. Tim Hardaway is going off 28 points in that game. Mm-hmm. You end up looking up. You're like, wait, light-skinned Jalen Williams can hoop like this? I didn't realize he had a 30-piece against the Bulls, I think. He's been
really good
recently. And he goes out there, 20-plus points in this game.
A.J. Mitchell.
They just got him, just came back. And what does he do? He drops 21. Isaiah Joe is out there hooping. McCain is out there hooping. And we named 4 dudes for the Thunder who probably won't play several playoff series, won't log a single meaningful minute in major in a single playoff series. And they're out there battling with a team, the Nuggets, who we all think are contenders, or who I thought was a contender, and they go out there and dispose of them the way that they did. And had that game not got goofy late, that's a 9-11-point game once the Nuggets start fouling. You had the situation where light-skinned Jalen Williams runs through the screen, so that's one. And then what the hell is Lou Dort's issue with Jokic?
He elbowed him in the face again.
The way he elbowed him also is like, you're over the screen. Your whole left side is over the screen. Why are you hitting him with your right arm in the face? How does that?
You also know there's a microscope on your specific interactions with Jokic right now.
That is not a natural basketball motion. Just thumps him right in the face.
Moved by the moment. No, it's another dirty play. And now he has to apologize for 2 in like the last week and some change. I will say,
if you just accept the fact and admit the fact that you're dirty, like we know, then you don't have to keep doing this. Just be like, okay, Yeah, I'm dirty.
This is
sorry.
me.
Like,
Sorry.
I'm not done apologizing.
Sorry.
I can't help it, man. I was born like this. It's not a choice.
It does add for like good spice. There's so many different matchups this upcoming playoffs, and we talked about just being excited for the playoffs to get here come late April. Give me 7 of that. Give me 7 of everything. Like, there's so many different groupings.
That's not going to go 7.
You don't think so? As the Nuggets get, again.
No.
I know. Because of the fact that the Thunder did all of that without.
How many starters
Chet,
were the
without
Thunder
Hartenstein,
down?
without Jacob, I'm gonna kill you.
The Thunder without Jacob saying it, not me. The Thunder without 3 starters, and where's Caruso on bench importance for them? Their most important bench player?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
the thing.
and they went
just
out
have
there
such
and they
assortment,
and
they're probably gonna have the MVP again. Like I think SGA.
Is he gonna
as
play
long
enough?
as he hits the 65 game mark.
Do
Right
you know how
now,
many he's missed?
yes, he is at 54 with 16 games to go.
So he can
So
miss.
he has to play 11 of the last 16.
Yeah.
I think he's got it. I mean, Jokic was great last night, 32, 14, 13. But if you look at a single game, which you do not do, you look at a season in its totality, but you watch that game, and it's like, okay, SGA is going to be your MVP one more time. Back to back.
Jokic is going to have to go for 40, 15, and 10 to beat them in a 7-game series.
I was going to say, Jokic is going to have to go God mode, and it's like every night Jokic has to
but
go
he
God
can.
mode.
That's
Yes.
what makes that matchup exciting, because they'll make everybody, because they're fierce competitors, both of these teams, and they're really, really good. They'll raise their games to meet their opponent. And so we'll get to see some outrageous games from not just the superstars, not just Jokic and SGA, but you'll see amazing games from Jamal Murray. You'll see amazing games from dark-skinned Jalen Williams. You never know which role player is going to step up and show out, be it Isaiah Joe on one side or one of the Browns on the other side, white Brown or black Brown, right? Like you are setting up for something really, really special if these two teams get to match up in the postseason.
Good call on the Nuggets, having a variety there. I did forget to mention while we were going through the Lou Dort elbow to the face, did you hear the Thunder broadcast of that play?
Yeah.
It was
Y'all listen.
so funny. It happens, and Jokic is on the ground, and they're like, are you kidding me? He didn't even get hit in the face. Take a look at this, folks. I gotta show it to you. And they show the replay, and it's just dead silence.
Yeah, because it's when you
because he's clearly hit in the face.
Well, and when you watch it initially, you're like, okay, what is Jokic doing? Lou Dort is by him all the way. Like his top shoulder is all the way by Jokic. That's where you hit somebody at with that first shoulder. And then you watch replay and realize, oh, Lou Dort hit that man with a no-look elbow to the jaw. What are we doing?
What we're doing is we're taking a quick break. Mike Wallace is on the road with the Grizzlies. He's going to join us on the other side. Grizzlies Sixers tonight in Philadelphia. We'll talk about all that and more with Mike when we come back.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
Fridays at FedEx Forum just got a whole lot more fun for the family. With the Family Friday ticket offer, a $35 game ticket gets you a $10 food voucher and access to pregame shoot-around. Additionally, for every 4 tickets purchased, you get an autographed item from the Grizzlies Vault. Capture moments that last a lifetime for birthdays, youth groups, and other family-friendly celebrations. Visit Grizzlies.com/Friday to grab your tickets today. Junior Grizzlies summer camps presented by Ortho South are the key to a slam dunk summer with over a dozen 4-day camps perfect for hoopers ages 6 to 14 looking to build fundamental skills and make unforgettable memories. With camps across the Mid-South in Tennessee, Mississippi, and Arkansas, you won't have to go far for the ultimate hoops experience this summer. Registration comes with a Junior Grizzlies jersey, lunchbox, and a basketball to take home. Don't wait, space is limited. Visit Grizzlies.com/Junior Grizzlies today to secure a spot for a fun-filled summer. That's Grizzlies.com/Junior Grizzlies.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item, whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing compares to catching your Grizzlies IRL. And that all starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight. Put that jersey collection to use for the next game and get Grizzlies tickets at Ticketmaster. Whether they're here at FedEx Forum or on the road, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring tickets. And there's no better brag than saying you saw it live.
New Amsterdam Vodka is an official partner of the Memphis Grizzlies. It's the only exceptionally smooth vodka that is 5 times distilled, 3 times filtered, and rated 93 points. New Amsterdam believes wins big and small become legendary when you celebrate them with your crew. So here's to the blue, white, and gold, the Memphis grit and grind, and reliving winning moments big and small with Tennessee's favorite basketball team. New Amsterdam Vodka. Find your wins.
Welcome back. It is Tuesday. That means it's time to catch up with Grind City Media senior editor Mike Wallace. He is on on the road with the Grizzlies. Was at their game against the Nets last night. Will be at their game against the Sixers tonight. And Mike, will you be suiting up for the team in Philly? Either team, really, because there are a lot of injuries between the two.
I will be suited up. I will be suited. But I don't know if suited up is the right term. I'll be in my suit. You know what I mean? My days of playing or even thinking I could play in the NBA again, that ended 30 years ago. So I'm good. I'm good with that situation, man. I hope to be watching relatively entertaining basketball game for 48 minutes, and hopefully the Grizzlies can continue to play hard like they have been. And we'll see what happens. But no, I can't contribute anything to the cause when it comes to that.
They could just use some size. And like Brevin pointed it out on the broadcast last night about just how hard it is he was specifically talking about their half-court offense. When all of the guys are the same size, you can look at the rebounding numbers over the last 15, 16 games that are just indicative of a team that doesn't have a true center, and opposing teams are finding ways to punish the Grizzlies with that. How do you kind of take the twofold approach of watching the rest of this season, we still have a month and 2 days to go, from a developmental standpoint, while also understanding that even while these guys are developing and maybe having singular good games, good moments here and there, it's hard to take a more comprehensive look based on the makeup of the team at this point?
Yeah, that's a great question, Jess, and I posed that. I tried to pose it in that way, and maybe I'll go back and listen to this so I can ask the question a better way tonight when I talk to Isolo. Bless you. But you did, the way that you phrased it is the way I'm gonna try to phrase it, because what we're now facing is with 19 games left, you're looking at the possibility of detrimental development as opposed to just opportunistic development. Like, you're just giving guys minutes every single night, and they're not having to be held to a standard or accountable. They can make a bunch of mistakes, but because you only got 8 guys available, bless you again, you have so many guys. You only have but so many guys you can give minutes to, from that standpoint. These guys when they go out there and make mistakes, or they're taking bad shots, or they're getting turnovers, they're getting to stay in the game. They get rewarded, so to speak, because there's no other alternatives. And, when you're the Grizzlies, man, one of the more puzzling things is you had 2 opportunities to sign guys that had some size, and you bypassed it. Now, I love the fact that Ryan Rupert was signed, because I think he's going to be a developmental keeper. You didn't go and get a big when you had a chance with his 10-day, and then you didn't go get a big when you had the open roster spot that you ended up using on Taj Gibson, who isn't playing for now 2 weeks after you signed him. So ultimately, Taj will get back out there. I asked Isolo specifically about that last night. He said he is ramping up, and the anticipation is that he will be available, in a relative short order, maybe probably as soon as later this week. So we'll see if that, what that means and how that happens.
I was revisiting your comments coming out of training camp, and we were talking specifically about Jevon Small, and you said from all of the players, no player improved more between the start of camp and the end of the preseason than Jevon. How have you continued to see him grow? And at this point, there are so many point guards on this team. Where does he fall in your, and I won't hold you to this, but just your unofficial point guard rankings of the current Memphis Grizzlies?
Well, first and foremost, thank you for reminding me of that. You know what I mean? I'm also going to use that later tonight when I have a chance to talk to Jevon. So all of these storylines are circling back around. I mean, they're coming back around, and I still feel that way. Remember, Morant wasn't available because of the ankle, I believe it was, in training camp. So, Jevon had to play a lot of minutes. Scottie Pippen, was dealing with the toe back then. It just wasn't a lot of other opportunities for guys to take his minutes. And he stepped in there as a rookie coming off of an impressive summer league and played really, really well in training camp. And now you're seeing that right now. He opened the season playing well. He was the backup point guard. Then he got cast to the side and they started filtering in other guys. But what I think you see in Jevon Small is a guy that can handle the pressure. He's so shifty, quick twitch, got some explosive athleticism as well. And he's probably, if you're going to look at the young guys of all the point guards, he's probably the most, ready to do this as a playmaker. Cam certainly has gotten better as an overall ball handler and assist guy, but I think, Jevon is more of a natural point guard, and he can score as well too and distribute the basketball. So, I don't think he's lost any ground. The Grizzlies are looking at other guys, Walter Clayton and all of these other guys, but I think they know what they have in Jevon, and he's going to be a guy that I think goes into next season. Still in that third point guard type rotation.
Mike, a couple of quick questions for you. One from me, one from the chat. Can I have your candy?
Oh, that's right. I have birthday candy.
Yeah,
I hadn't
can I
even
get
seen
that?
it. It's sitting there.
Yeah, it's just sitting out. They didn't put it in
stole
your office.
mine.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
I did. Did I?
Then who did?
It wasn't me. I
Somebody
tell
stole
you,
mine.
I'd take your candy and eat it
I
in your
thought you
face.
stole mine because when I complained
No.
about it being gone, you said, well, it was sitting there from 3 days. What did you expect us to do?
All right.
Oh, yeah, no, we did.
Yeah, you
we
all
did.
stole my
We
birthday
did.
candy.
Not
Thank
me.
you.
Not me.
The collective.
We took it because Bennett had some candy also he was trying to get rid of. So we just took your candy, dumped it in the candy bucket. Yes.
Got it.
Mike, can we take can
So
I
I tell
take
you what.
your
I tell
candy?
you what. I tell you what. You can have everything in there, but if there is a Reese's and if there's a special dark in there, give me those two. You got everything else.
All right, cool. Second question. Do you trim your own goatee?
I do.
You do.
I do.
Do you get nervous when trimming the goatee? Do you
Nah,
ever-
I've been doing
okay.
it. I've had a goatee since I was 16 years old,
Get
man.
out of here. Damn, Mike.
So I've been trimming it now. And it's a little gray down here now, as the years add up. But yeah, I do, man. I shave and trim my own thing, man. So I'm my own barber, man. I stopped paying barbers a long time ago.
Man, you sound
shout
Mike.
out to all the barbers out there.
You stopped paying barbers back when it was like 15 plus tip. It might have
Nah, it
been
wasn't
20.
that. I stopped paying barbers when it was 10 plus tip.
Oh my God.
When barbers started getting 20 and 25, like my son now, man, he goes to the barbershop just to get his line and a little bit on the side, the temper tape. And I'm like, dude, why are you paying $25 for that?
Yeah.
But that's the new age, man. Yeah. So
Yeah,
thankfully
shout out to
we've gone
Yeah,
the ball route, man. You know what I mean? So I'm good.
Well, you've got a few extra grays in the goatee after this season, I think. It's fine. It's distinguished, but they might have been accelerated in a certain kind of way. For the continuation of the Grizzlies point guard talk, I have no idea where CJ is going in this moment, and that's all right. Okay,
He's going to get my candy. He's going to steal my candy.
I did want to ask you, you were in the media availability session with John Morant over the weekend. It was you and Drew Hill, DeMichael Cole, and Clay Bailey. And I wanted to get your interpretation of his comments. I've been able to read the pieces by Drew and DeMichael. But what was your main takeaway from what we heard from Ja speaking for the first time in a minute?
My main takeaway was how poised he was. I actually, felt like that was one of Ja's better, I see you, CJ. That was one of Ja's better, better availability sessions under tough circumstances. It seems like all of these, every time he steps to the podium now, it's via controversy or via issues or adversity. And I thought Ja had some time to reflect. I thought he was poised. I thought the PR staff, prepared him well as they could. And I thought he responded to that. I thought he was honest. I thought he was, there was some combative moments because Ja is Ja. That's what he's going to do. But I think the two main takeaways that I took was that, he does want to play again before this season is over with. And wherever this thing goes and whatever happens in the future, I think he wants to, walk off this season under his own power and with his own, narrative and influence. So that means he wants to come back for a game or two or three or how many ever it happens. But, we'll see if the maths and allows him the time to do that. And then secondly, he said, listen, why couldn't I continue to be here in Memphis? You know what I mean? I could see myself here amid this rebuild if I'm allowed to be here. He made it clear that it's not his choice. Players don't trade themselves, from that standpoint. Now, there's a little bit more to that, you could dive into. But, he said, listen, man, those questions at that point, at this stage, take those upstairs. But I've always said I wanted to be in Memphis, and that hasn't changed since I first said it. So you took that away from it. And as a fan, you're back to being confused now. You're back to being torn now. And I get it. I've seen the reaction out there to those things. And, again, like, you're not going to just roll out of bed and find yourself another talent like Ja Morant, especially in a market like Memphis and everything that goes on. Can you salvage this? That's the $1 million question, or maybe perhaps the $250 million question. And, that's a tough one to answer, but we got to get there this summer and see one way or another.
I will be entirely honest. There will be times where I'm watching this team and my brain will wander a little bit, because you're not really focused on the outcomes of these current games. And I'll say, God, Cedric Howard, Zach Edey, Gigi, Ty Jerome, who's been awesome, a top 10 draft pick, and Ja Morant. And I'm like, shoot, like, that's a really competitive team next year. And again, like you said, there's so many different components to this. This is a big soup of a lot of stuff that's been stirred throughout this season. And I'm not trying to sit here and like propose fantasy land, because I think the most likely outcome is still, a full turnover to the rebuild, as we saw with the trade of Jaren Jackson Jr. to the Utah Jazz. But it is difficult. It makes it more difficult, I'll say. Like you said, fans become torn, and you can allow yourself to be like, well, he's still here, and he says he wants to be here. Like, is there a path forward? It creates a level of uncertainty that I think has been difficult to wade through all year.
Well, when you think about it like that too, Jess, to your point, like, that was a media availability with select members of the media, and those were words, right? And words have to be followed by actions. And so for so long, there have been inconsistencies between the words and the actions and the results, whether it's from Ja Morant or from the team, from the direction of the franchise. Like, there's been inconsistency or a disconnect between what we're hearing and what we're seeing from that standpoint. And, again, so, Ja did his best to be as forthcoming as he could be at the time, and, last weekend, and, we'll see what that means. But again, like I said, you could trade Desmond Bane, you can get off of Dylan Brooks, you could trade Jaren Jackson Jr. All of those guys are phenomenal people. I've had a chance to see them their entire careers in the NBA with the Grizzlies. But they're not Ja Morant. And, I was reminded of that, and everybody gets reminded of that when you're in Brooklyn walking around an arena with, almost sold out on a night where two of the teams with the worst records in the NBA are playing each other, and you're going through the concourse bumping shoulder to shoulder, and every 10 people have a Ja Morant jersey on, in Brooklyn on a Monday night for a team that is 15 games below 500, and Ja isn't even on the trip, right? So it's like, you can't manufacture that kind of impact on people with a potential star. Now, Ja has to do his part to live up to that, because that won't just last forever. He's really at a fork in the road right now in terms of where his influence can go. But you're not going to wake up next, no matter who you get in the draft. I don't know if you're going to have a star that's going to resonate the way Ja has, last 7 years. But again, over the last 3, he hasn't played. And that's the issue right there. You got to sort of navigate.
I got your haul, Mike. You got 4 Butterfingers, a Wild Berry, 3 Crunch Bars, 2 Baby Ruths. You got 4 balloons.
What's a wild berry?
The Wild Berry Skittles.
Oh.
The purple Skittles. So purple
Right,
Skittles.
so no Reese's. No Reese's.
Butterfingers. No Reese's.
Dang. No Reese's. All right,
That's
man.
a lot of Butterfingers and Crunches.
It is. They probably bought the Butterfinger and Crunches variety pack.
Yeah.
I tell you what. Hit me with the Skittles, and you got the rest. Man. Let me get the Skittles and the balloon, because I got to take that balloon and recycle that, because Kelly's birthday is later this month. So
got you.
I love a balloon
recycle. If the helium holds,
it'll hold.
she's going to be able to get that.
I'm going to tie it to your door, Mike.
It'll hold. I did want to ask you, Mike, how sad were you to see the update on Vince Williams Jr. yesterday that the Utah Jazz have waived him?
Oh, wow, man. I missed that, you know what I mean? And to hear that, and they waived him after he got hurt, devastating knee injury, that's kind of tough, man.
I know.
See, that gives me even more reason to just not like the Utah Jazz. I already was like low on them, and for the way that they've been managing this multi-year tank situation, and to do this to a guy when he's down, I mean, that's really hard business right there. Vince Williams was one of the guys that said, I'm going to go out here and play for you guys and at least make it look like, you guys are actually trying to, compete in games. And he goes out there and blows his knee out to no fault of his own, and then they cut him. I mean, that's harsh, man. That's really harsh. I feel bad for Vince. I feel bad. And not only
I put a pit in my stomach. I was like, oof, this is the most brutalness of the business.
Not only because I like Vince, but he's also, he lives right around the corner. His house was right around the corner from mine, man, in Lakeland. And I had a chance to see him and talk to him a lot, going back to his rookie year, and that hurts. I hope there's a way, some kind of way he rehabs, gets bigger, gets stronger, and can come back and maybe even find his way back to Memphis.
Absolutely, 1,000%. Apparently, I'm getting to the bottom of this candy nonsense, Mike. Courtney says, Courtney Williams, phenomenal videographer, Emmy Award winner. Courtney Williams says that they gave him all the Snickers and Reese's.
How did that happen? How did that happen?
Mike, you got to win an Emmy. Did you win an Emmy?
Wow.
We got a roster imbalance. I didn't win an Emmy, though.
That's how it happened.
That's like Courtney's, that's his bonus. Yeah. He won an Emmy, and he got the good candy out of the variety pack. And
Butterfinger and Baby Ruths are strong.
Those are fine. Crunch is the weakest of the variety pack candy. Yep, I said it.
Really?
Nestle Crunch? Nestle Crunch?
Yes.
Like those are also, and I think this is also some ageism in here, because the Baby Ruths, the those are all old trending candy. So I guess they try to give it to you based on your age, and that's not fair. I still want to be a young guy. I still want to be a Skittles and a Reese's guy, man. They got to hold on. I got to hold on to the Skittles and the Reese's generation of this, man. I can't go to the Butterfingers and the baby. Like, when was the last time you saw a young person eat a Baby Ruth?
Now that you mention it, never.
Baby Ruths were my favorite candy bar in elementary school.
Yeah, you're old.
And I'm an old soul.
Yeah. So,
but I loved me and my friends just became obsessed with Baby Ruths. I don't know why. People made fun of us.
That's why
but they're so good. Yeah. No, that nougat? Are you kidding me?
It is good.
There's nothing else in it. I need some crunch. Give me some nuts in there.
They got nuts in them. They got nuts in them.
There are too.
Baby Ruths do not do
Yes,
that.
they do. Yes, they have
Wait,
actual
I'm
nuts
thinking
in
of
them.
Milky Way.
Yeah, Milky Way has nothing.
Milky
Way just has the fluff. No, Baby Ruths are
Baby
packed.
Ruths have.
It has the nougat. Yeah. It has the nuts. It has the chocolate, and I think it has like a little caramel in it as well.
Yeah. Baby Ruth is the grandfather of the Snickers. Is what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Grandfather of the Snickers. Yeah. But who's referencing Babe Ruth now, right? Like this is it's. I guess as you get older, you get the older candy. You know what I'm saying?
You're saying. Well, it was also now I'm remembering.
I guess next year mine's gonna have like peppermint and what's some other old candy.
The strawberry
You're gonna get
candy,
peppermint patties.
Just the random strawberry
and the butterscotches.
The butterscotches. You're gonna get butterscotches, strawberry, and peppermint.
That's all you've got.
Yeah.
That's all you've got coming for you next year, Mike.
I see, man. That's crazy. I need to turn back the clock.
All right. Thanks as always. Enjoy your night in Philadelphia. Happy belated birthday, and we'll see you when you get back.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
That was Mike Wallace. You can always find his latest up at grindcitymedia.com. We are going to take a quick break. When we return, Will Coleman, former Memphis Tiger, will be in studio. We'll get his take on the Memphis Tigers making their way into the American Conference Tournament. Also, on the other side, the Memphis women's basketball team fired their coach yesterday. Alex Simmons gone after 3 seasons. We'll chat with Will about that, plus his favorite or best. We were trying to figure out if he was going to do the best or his favorite 5 wings in college basketball this season. That's all with Will after a quick break. Friday Fridays at FedEx Forum just got a whole lot more fun for the family. With the Family Friday ticket offer, a $35 game ticket gets you a $10 food voucher and access to pregame shoot-around. Additionally, for every 4 tickets purchased, you get an autographed item from the Grizzlies vault. Capture moments that last a lifetime for birthdays, youth groups, and other family-friendly celebrations. Visit grizzlies.com/Friday to grab your tickets today.
The long goodbye begins. A very special evening with Journey. Final Frontier Tour. Journey. Tickets are on sale now at journeymusic.com. Your chance to say goodbye to the songs that changed our lives. Journey. Final Frontier Tour.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item, whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
How much did life change at that very moment,
Yeah,
right?
changed
When you find out your daughter is on the way, it's like time to grow up,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
What's being a dad like?
Man, it's great, man. Depends on the day, though. You know, she just turned 2, so
she's mobile now.
She learning the word no. She got a little bit of an attitude, but you know, we going with the flow right now, man.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Nate Bargatze.
Look, I say a lot of dumb stuff. I try to keep it in front of large groups. Seems to go better that way.
Big Dome Eyes World Tour.
When you say something dumb one-on-one, it's a lot for that person. I'll say it, then I can just feel that they feel the weight of my life on their shoulders.
Tickets and info at NateBargatze.com. Don't miss the Big Dome Eyes World Tour. Nate Bargatze.
Grizzlies fans, dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but nothing compares to catching them IRL. And that starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight in person. From seeing your favorite Grizzly stars up close to hearing the squeak of the sneakers on the hardwood. Put that jersey collection to use and get tickets at Ticketmaster. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside, Memphis.
No. Welcome back, welcome back. I had no heads up. No one, I don't have my ear. I have no sound.
You didn't tell anybody that.
Well, it's been working the whole show and now it's not on.
Just into a hot mic, not now. I was like, wait, we got a show to do.
What did I say?
I think you said not now or what is it? Oh, no, you said what is it now?
I think I said, what is it now?
Yeah, your show. That's what it is.
Welcome back. It is here. It is now. I am what I am. I am, what was it? I did some like guided meditation this week and it's like, I am that I am. Yeah, that's what it was. And you said in with I am that I am. And then you would breathe out and you would go, so. And then you do I am that I am. And then you'd go, And then I did that for like 10 minutes and was super relaxed. And then I had to go work a Grizzlies game. What's up, Will Coleman? You're in studio now. How are you this beautiful Tuesday?
I'm good. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm just talking about meditations and trying to make it through the times. Hey, you're Memphis Tigers.
We got to win.
The losing streak has been snapped. And American Conference Tournament, here they come. Your emotion about being in the American Conference Tournament is what? Fill in the blank.
I don't know if I have a. This is Let me tell you something. This is redemption time.
Okay.
This is a time to put it all to rest.
Okay.
This is a time for us to prove all the naysayers wrong, to win out and get into that tournament.
Why not?
I feel like obviously there's been a lot of upsetting this past season, but I feel like all could be forgiven even if we make it to the tournament. If we buy out the first round, I feel like that is an accomplishment based off the season we've had.
So, it will start with Tulane in the first round tomorrow night. You can't tell me that they're going to do it and then give me the.
I'm confident. I don't. You know, with some people who just
see them.
Yeah, we did just see them. We squeaked by with a win. It's just a game about, man, Ron Hunter been picking on Penny for years, man. He just got his number, you know. They lost. But he's just found a way to, you know, I kind of feel like it's, you know, like in The Water Boy, when he see my boy, and it's just kind of like, dang. You know, I think if Penny just go in and visualize Ron as a baby. It's a little, that's the key. A little baby.
Okay, other than that, if the Tigers are going to make a run in this tournament, what would your case for them be? Like, what would they need to do, and what do you think they could be capable of doing based on what you've seen?
Obviously, same song we've been singing past 5-6 years. They got to limit the turnovers. I need Bradshaw to catch the ball. That's going to be real important because Doug does do a good job at feeding him, creating separation, getting to the paint, drawing the double team when he gets to the rim. Because Doug is a decent finisher around the rim despite his size. You know, he usually can attract two defenders. Any kind of dump off that Bradshaw gets, he has to catch those and finish. We need Sincere to step up. He's shown flashes throughout the season that he can be an elite scorer and be a leader on this team as far as scoring the ball. We need him to show up, and we need him to be consistent throughout the tournament.
We will see
Yeah.
how it goes.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it will put a cap on what's been a disappointing season.
Mm-hmm.
It would be hysterical if they won the conference tournament and found their way to the NCAA tournament after all. It's hard to believe that happening based on how things have transpired. However, This is March and weird things happen in March. But at least for this week, or at least for a day, the attention gets put back on a game for Penny Hardaway as opposed to all of the outside noise about his future at the University of Memphis. Instead, the Memphis women's basketball team yesterday, fired Alex Simmons.
Yeah.
Simmons was 30-61 over her 3 seasons at Memphis. Was the women's basketball team good when you were at the U of M?
They were decent.
Decent.
They were decent, yes. They were solid.
For a basketball city like Memphis, how important or how achievable, I should say, is it to expect the Memphis women's basketball team to be competitive here at the university?
Just women, when it's just when you think of women's basketball, you know, people not screaming Memphis, Tennessee.
No.
And it's kind of hard to make it alluring or to recruit the top tier talent to Memphis, Tennessee. You know what I mean? And it's just, you know, we don't have the market, or we don't have the facade, not even the facade. We just don't have that piece to really want someone to seek out Memphis, Tennessee. Now, I do think there is talent to where we could have a winnable program, but we just don't have the best track record.
Yeah, it's so interesting because you had the 2 seasons under Katrina Merriweather, who ultimately left for a job at her alma mater. So that was a place that meant something to her. But the kind of like flash of energy that got inserted into Memphis women's basketball over those 2 years. They had a 16-win season in 2021-2022, and then a 22-win season in 2022-2023. Went to the NIT, made it to the Super 16 of the NIT tournament. So there was like increased progression coming out of the McFerrin years. And then you bring in Alex Simmons, and there was a lot of hope because, you know, she played under Pat Summitt at Tennessee. And you know, even on, I know a lot of people dunked on her quote on the way out before she was fired from the other day about like Alex Simmons wants to be in Memphis. But there was truth in that. Like she wanted to be here, and this was an opportunity for her as a head coach at the Division I level and for her coaching career to keep leveling up. But what stood out to me was she had talent Like, I was listening to Shamaria Wilson on Anthony Sain's show yesterday, and she pointed out, like, they had the transfer from Michigan State. They had a really good shooting transfer from Jackson State. Like, players were coming in, and there were a lot of injuries over the last few years, but you got to play with what you've got. And so it felt like such a disappointment. But it got to the point where people don't even talk about the women's basketball team. Like, I don't think the majority of, and maybe I'm speaking out of turn here, but the majority of basketball fans in Memphis got to the point where they weren't even following the happenings, and they'd like see a game or see a record and say, "Oh God, that's like worse than I expected it to be."
I've always said, and I love basketball, period. And I feel like you have to really be a fan of basketball to enjoy women's basketball, because it is a lot more methodical. You have to be a lot more strategic and actually know what you're doing, because it's not like you can go out here and draw a bunch of quick hitters and somebody's dunking the ball or backdoor alley-oop. Now with the flash, it's not the equivalent to boys basketball, and I think you have to really be a fan to notice, man, that was a really good back screen, or check out that elevator screen to get this person open, or that screen-to-screener action. You really have to know what you're watching, and you really have to know what you're looking at when you to thoroughly enjoy women's basketball, unless you're watching, obviously, your Caitlin Clarks or your Asia Wilsons, your Plumleys, your Plums. But I think that part of it is hard, and I think that's where you have to get over that hump and really lure in your actual basketball fans to really want to come and enjoy a women's basketball game.
Yeah, and it's just such a bummer. I mean, similar to the men's team
Right.
and the lack of fan support that
Yeah.
we've seen, continue to dwindle over the last few seasons. The same goes for the women's team. And you look around the country, and I'm not saying Memphis is going to be UConn
Right.
or Tennessee or UCLA or South Carolina, but there have been these teams and these programs that have had like an energy infusing over the last couple of years as women's basketball has grown, and you hate to see Memphis just get left behind in the totality of
You
that.
just don't have the pedigree, and it's just like you said, when you think about other programs, there's a lot of history, and it's way more alluring for someone to come want to go play for a Geno or a Don, when you got these kinds of programs that are on top and that's been on top for so long. When those people recruit you, it's like, oh man, I mean, I'm really good.
Yeah.
Versus, if there's a Memphis, it's just, when you compare those three schools, it makes it a little tough.
The men's basketball tournament is just around the corner.
Yeah.
And by that, I mean the actual NCAA tournament, not the American Conference tournament, but it is conference tournament week, and we are getting closer and closer. Next week, we're going to get your 5 players that you're most excited to watch during the tournament. Will be coming out of Selection Sunday. But for today, I wanted to ask, as we continue your position breakdown from this season, your 5 favorite wings in college basketball this season. We've done your point guards, we've done your centers. Let's get to the wings.
So let me pull up my notes here. Obviously, AJ. Gotta love AJ. Just action-packed, does it all. He does more than your typical small forward. In today's game, you got it's very, very, AJ's a Swiss Army knife. He'll play some defense. He can lock somebody up if you need him to, score the ball, bring the ball up. He do a lot of it. So I really enjoyed watching him because he can do a little bit of everything.
Anytime you have a player like an AJ DeBonsa that has asserted himself into the conversation of being the number 1 pick in the NBA draft, you're going to have so many positives thrown around. Is there one like underrated skill that you think he's not getting enough credit for having?
Man, I don't know, because he does do
everything so
well. Me and CJ was talking about a couple weeks ago, just his ability to turn it on and take over a game. I think that's rare. I think it's, some people can lock in and play, but to just lock in and take it to another level and just say, hey, man, I have to win this game for us. A lot of people, I feel like a lot of people are afraid to want to get in that mode, because what if they fail at the end of the day? If they attempt to do something drastic to help their team and they fail, then the scrutiny and the criticism that will come with it if you attempt it. But he a go-getter, man, and I love it.
AJ DeBonsa has that SGA, that I know the answers to the test. You just have to show me the questions. He has that there. And I think that because it's not something that we can measure. We have like clutch stats, sure, but it doesn't really measure that sort of mentality, that sort of confidence, that sort of thing. We don't make a whole lot of people who, to Will's point, can, when needed, all right, here we go. We got 5 minutes left. Can you carry us all the way through? We don't make a whole lot of guys who can do that on the offensive end or defensive end. And AJ can do that on the offensive end.
Next up.
We're gonna go down to Iowa State.
Okay.
Okay. Milan Momcilovic.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how you say his name.
Yes.
Yeah, super awesome name. Just a shooter, man.
Mm-hmm.
He got, when I was watching him, I've watched him, he got like maybe his shot's a little slower. He got a little hitch in his shot, but when he get it off, it's going in. Spread the floor. Just a guy, somebody that Memphis we've been needing for years. A bucket, man. Just when the ball get in his hand and he let it go from the three-point line, it's going in. I think he's shooting over 40% from three.
Yep.
I mean, he's just pure, man.
3.7 makes per game. Sure, Arizona did a really, really good job of limiting him to 5 points on 1 from 5 shooting from 3. But that is somebody who, to your point, Will, really spaces the floor. I don't think anybody makes more and takes more threes than him.
Mm-mm.
Now, there are some who might make more, but they don't take as many.
Yeah,
There's some who might take more, but they don't make as many. He's almost 50%.
I was going to say,
almost
in
there.
like late February, he was still hanging around the 50% mark, and there's only been 9 players in college basketball history to shoot over 50% from 3 on over 100 makes in a season.
I like that Iowa State team in the Big 12 tournament.
I think I saw they're projected at a 3 seed in the last bracketology.
Okay. All right. And they should be.
Sure.
But I think they're a 5 seed in the Big 12 tournament.
I like my I forget his name. What's the dark-skinned two-man? What a headband.
For Iowa State?
Yeah, I forget his name.
I'm blanking on his name, man.
Yeah, I don't know his name, but I've watched him.
Jefferson?
I think so. I can't remember. I can't remember his name.
All right, who's your third wing?
A third wing, Price Sanford. I think he's another kind of Swiss Army knife, kind of can do a lot, put the ball on the floor, will defend, don't mind getting in there rebounding, but he also can shoot the lights out. And I think having somebody like that on your floor, on your team is, like I said, is extremely powerful, is extremely useful. Mm-hmm. And it's just one of those guys who's he just got the attitude, man, kind of like almost like that, just the TA mentality. Man, just I'll do whatever you need me to, man. Like just whatever I can do to help this team win. That's the kind of energy he play with. And again, somebody else that's shooting the lights out. I think he's also shooting close to or over 40%. And just seeing a guy that's super confident in his shot, when he gets it and it goes up, it's probably going to go in. You can go ahead and get back down the floor once he lets the ball go.
Well, you definitely have a type. You absolutely have a type. I don't know how I didn't notice this when you sent it, but like these 2 through 4
are
the exact same player. They're the exact same player in a different. You have a damn type, Will Coleman.
I just think I will say this. I was a undersized big when I played.
Okay.
And so I've always seen and I've always taught, even a few players that I've coached younger. I try to stick with middle school just because there's a lot of kids out there who think they know everything. Middle school, they still kind of fresh. I've always told somebody, if you could do 1 or 3 things, you always going to have a spot on somebody's team. If you can dribble the ball, if you can shoot the ball, or if you can play defense, you always going to find a spot on somebody's roster. And the way these guys shoot, it's just so enticing to somebody at the next level who, everybody need a shooter on their team.
Yeah.
Like a really good shooter, and everybody desperately needs one. And I would say number 4 on my list is a little different than 2 and 3. But he's who? Let me see. Can't remember. Okay. So I'm thinking. So number 5. Number 5. 2 through 4. Yes. Stojakovic. Yes.
Is the same.
Yes, is the same.
Nick Martinelli is a little different.
Nick Martinelli's he's a beef truck down there. Don't mind banging. We'll get a little mean in the paint. Finishes around the rim a lot. Got a mid-post game, a mid-range game. But guys like that at that size, playing that 3 position in the league, I think I love it. Now I did text him. I had a toss-up. with my wing from Duke. But is it Evan? Ian Evan? I can't remember his name exactly.
Okay.
Long, wiry. He's more aggressive, puts the ball on the floor, likes to get to the rim more. But when you got guys like that again, who can get to the rim and put the ball on the floor, that defense collapsed. But if you got your Stojakovic or your Sanford out there on the wing and you kick it to him, you got an assist in one hand and you got a three in the other, and then you're going back the other way.
We had you do your favorites. Is there somebody who would have been a best, like that you think would be on someone else's list that might not have made yours?
Man, I guess if you a GM, different people got different perspectives and looking at things different way. It's all about what you need or what you, like he said, Will, you got a type. That's my type. You know what I'm saying?
Type.
That's my type.
You texted me about Cohen Carr.
Cohen Carr. Yes.
Text me.
Cohen Carr.
That would be different from everybody because Cohen Carr is
that boy electric boy.
A highlight film. He is
Dominique
very explosive with the coming off of the ground, and he had a couple of dunks. And he had one dunk in particular in that Michigan game where it was, oh my gosh, Cohen Carr plays for Michigan State. Should have said that, but he had one of those in the Michigan game. It's like, oh God, just somebody hard foul this dude. We can't be out here doing that. Man. And then I think he was
also on the other side of one of the
most disrespectful dunks in college basketball.
Yeah, I was actually going to
call it a poster because I never would want a poster of that photo in my life.
I would want it if I'm the one. As things dangle on somebody's chin, yeah, I want that.
Man,
give me that.
That was crazy.
We need that picture, Jacob.
The photo was.
Heated rivalry is everywhere for those with eyes.
Man, that picture was crazy.
Had I known we'd be talking about this, I would have sent the picture to Jacob because it is.
Come on, Jacob.
It is an incredible photo.
Hey, look. Hey, man.
He can't zoom in on the phone.
No, we cannot zoom in on your phone on this particular photo.
The camera.
Yeah, go ahead and see. I don't think you can see it in the camera, though, Will. Go ahead. Go see because I've been curious about this. Like, can we see it? No, Will, it's so dark. Tap your phone, make it lighter. It's so dark. Yeah, get the brightness up. Because that's a photo that we can.
There we go.
Oh, my God. My word.
Look at that, boy.
And look, just straight face. Just no emotion.
Like, how ironic. How ironic it's the person who is giving all the the Christmas joy, I guess you could call it.
Yes.
Yes.
Throw the picture back up there because I'm hanging this in my locker room. If
Put
I'm
it back up there, Jacob.
High school, college coach, and I'm gonna say, hey, you want to know what happens when you don't get all the way and help? That's what ends up happening.
This is. I had a similar incident. Now it wasn't this bad, but
can we find the photo, Jacob?
It's a video. We was playing UCF, and me and Wesley Witherspoon was down low, and Wesley told me, "Will, you gotta get over." I had to get back and help defense. Man, I got over too late. I went for the dunk. I went for the block.
Yeah.
Man dunked on me so hard, man.
Right.
Golly, the form boy was so quiet in there after that happened. You hear rat piss on cotton. Boy, it was nasty. It was nasty.
Between that photo and a rat pissing on cotton.
It was nasty.
What a tremendous end to this segment, Will. Thank you, as always, for joining us. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. The canceled Magic City night.
I know y'all got to go to break.
It's fine. You want to be a part of our conversation before you go?
Yeah, I just want to know how y'all feel about that. I'm just a serious question because I know
that they canceled it. Boo, tomatoes, boo.
That's what I'm saying. People that don't know Magic City, it's gotten to the point now to where people ain't showing up to see no dances. They showing up to get some wings. The dancers are an afterthought at this point because the wings are that good.
I'm not going to say the dancers are the afterthought because the dancers make Magic City. But yes, also with this night that was going to happen, it clearly wasn't going to be done in some like egregious, this is a strip club kind of way. I've seen a lot of discourse where people are like, okay, everyone, it's okay. You can admit now it makes sense that the NBA would make the Hawks cancel a strip club night. And if you do not understand the core difference between a strip club night and a Magic City night in Atlanta, I can't help you.
Yeah.
Because it is a cultural institution, and it is about more than just being a strip club.
Yeah.
And like, if you don't get that, you don't get that. But I think 5 years ago, this event happens easily. I think it is so indicative, and we don't have to get too in the weeds of it, but I think it is so indicative of a pushing more on this direction of a like conservative, not even conservative, like a Puritan-like approach. We are so weird as a country about sex. We're so weird. Everything else, fine. Violence, fine. Gambling, fine. Drinking, fine. Drugs, also pretty fine. But when it comes to sex, we get so weird about things. And this is just one more example, but congratulations, Luke Cornett. I'm so happy that your blog changed the history of the NBA.
He
really pissed me.
single-handedly. The way he explained it, I could see where he was coming from. But it's still like, man, they just want to celebrate some wings, lemon pepper wings for everybody.
They're still having the wings. They're still having TI. They're not giving out the hoodies. Those hoodies are going to be
hoodie was
collector's
clean.
items. They're saying, I was talking to CJ about it before the show, they're saying the Magic City hoodies are now on the Mount Rushmore of merch for events that never happened, with the 2020 Final Four, the Atlanta Falcons Super Bowl shirts that were made, Super Bowl champion shirts when they were up 28-3, and the 2021 NBA All-Star Game. And now,
does that
City
count
Night.
as merch like you can't get your hands on? Like it was produced, but you like how does
They're
that?
going to honor people who bought it ahead of time. So if you did a pre-order, you're still going to get it, but you cannot get it at the game.
Dang,
But they had them all made.
That's
so they all
crazy.
exist somewhere.
Can you throw the 2026 All-Star jumpsuits in there? Them things were clean.
Can you imagine? They just shipped them over to wherever the hell we shipped the second place team shirts.
There's just kids running
There'll
around
just be a
in
kid
Magic
in
City
some
hoodies.
random country.
Village.
Yeah, some random poor East European village walking around. The next potential Nikola Jokic is going to be walking around in a Magic City hoodie.
Jokic in the Nuggets shirt, that picture of him,
Yep.
which is crazy. Some little kid in Serbia wearing a Denver Nuggets shirt. There's going to be some little kid in insert place here running around in a Magic City hoodie, and then they're going to get drafted by the Atlanta Hawks.
Y'all gonna see
someday.
it on
and it'll be beautiful.
feed a child for 25 cents a day.
Oh,
he gonna be on the
being with the Magic
He
City.
gonna be on the TV, sad as hell with the Magic City hoodie.
You'll
on.
think if only he had some of those lemon pepper wings, he wouldn't look so emaciated.
Yeah, if they're going to send the hoodies, maybe they could send some wings too.
Send some
That's like
wings.
the nicest way to go about it. All right, well, thank you.
Thank
We're going to
you.
take a quick break. We'll come back. A couple stories from NFL free agency yesterday, plus we'll do TV Tuesday, what we are watching after a quick break. Junior Grizzlies summer camps presented by Ortho South are the key to a slam dunk summer with over a dozen 4-day camps perfect for hoopers ages 6 to 14 looking to build fundamental skills and make unforgettable memories. With camps across the Mid-South in Tennessee, Mississippi, and Arkansas, you won't have to go far for the ultimate hoops experience this summer. Registration comes with a Junior Grizzlies jersey, lunchbox, and a basketball to take home. Don't wait, space is limited. Visit grizzlies.com/Junior Grizzlies today to secure a spot for a fun-filled summer. That's grizzlies.com/Junior Grizzlies.
Wells, a rhythm three. Yes, sir! That's an exclamation point on this game.
Grizz fans, defend your home court from pests with Terminix. Before cockroaches, spiders, and mice show up, Terminix it with our pest-free 365 Plus year-round protection plan. Visit Terminix.com today and enter code SAVE50 at checkout to save $50. Terms apply. Go Grizzlies!
When the arena lights dim for a concert or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person who will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's a person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to give you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let other fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
Grizz Nation gets set for tip-off 1 hour before every Grizzlies home game with the warm-up show. Get the latest news, notes, and analysis live from courtside at FedEx Forum.
The Grizzlies have been consistent as one of the top 2 or 3 most productive benches all season long.
Join me, Lang Whitaker, along with Michael Wallace, Jessica Benson, and other personalities from Grind City Media, Memphis, and around the NBA. 1 hour before every home game, live at Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
Now that's the new edition way.
I feel like there's another level we can take it to.
What you think, Mike?
2 steps ahead of you, Slick.
What's good, bro?
What you doing, man?
I'm in.
Woman, you don't even know what I'm getting ready to ask you.
Here's the vision. All 3 of us on the same stage every night.
Gonna be crazy.
No barriers, no separation.
It'll be like 9 kings and a queen.
The next level starts now.
The Grizzlies are proud to partner with Prime Global Group, a leader in innovative, socially responsible real estate investment. Discover smart strategies that align with your values at primeglobalgroup.net. Welcome back. Before we get into TV Tuesday, NFL free agency kind of started yesterday. It technically starts tomorrow, but teams can start negotiating yesterday. I don't understand why the calendar doesn't just start on Monday, but it starts on Wednesday. But alas, we did get a flurry of moves from yesterday. In my household, the biggest move was Mike Evans landing with the San Francisco 49ers. And we talked yesterday about how weird it would be for Travis Kelce to wear any uniform except for the Kansas City Chiefs, and he's staying with the Chiefs, so we won't have to see that happen. It will be equally weird to see Mike Evans in a non-Tampa Bay Buccaneers jersey.
No, it won't.
12 years.
It won't. What's the colors of the Tampa Bay Bucks?
Red.
And
black.
What,
White.
red and white and brown.
Yeah.
What's the colors of the 49ers?
It's different.
Red, white, and brown.
It's
so
different,
like
but one says Niners and one says Bucks.
We'll be like, oh, I thought I was watching a Bucks game, but it's actually a 49ers game.
Oh, let me squint.
Yeah.
What? You didn't like my squint?
I wish you would stop with the shenanigans, please.
What's wrong with the shenanigans?
I don't. Where the hell did that come from? And you did it again.
Sometimes my real self comes through. Sorry.
And again, another one. Okay.
What did I say earlier? I said something earlier on the show too.
What?
I don't know. I said something in a weird voice, and I was like, "Oh, that was weird."
Yeah.
Where did that come
Whatever.
from?
However you want to do it. It's your month. You can do it.
It's odd. I mean, he's
Yeah,
a
it is.
franchise
It is.
legend.
It is going to
and
be
it wasn't
odd.
about money, according to Schefter, which is code for. I think Mike Evans wanted a fresh start. There was a lot of frustration with him and Todd Bowles that was reported through the end of last season. I will always remember the video of him like muttering to himself over and over. It was, what was it? 3rd and 28 in that game, ironically, against the Atlanta Falcons, where they ended up scoring on that drive, and Mike Evans was furious after that game. But it gives them a fresh start, and we'll see. And for the Niners, it gives them another one of these aging players who has shown, that Falcons game being a great example, that maybe there is still something in the tank that can be helpful and a contributor to their team next year.
Yeah, this core for the 49ers offensively is like right up against the end of a window with them being the focal pieces. You go out there and you add Mike Evans, who's phenomenal, tremendous. 11 straight 1,000-yard receiving seasons. Had he not got injured last year, he'd had 12 straight 1,000-yard receiving seasons. You go out there and you bring that in. Sure, he's older, but you just need him to give you two good years to try and get this thing over the final hump. That offense is going to be, assuming they can stay healthy and they get the towers under control, like they can go out there and make some
electromagnetic
some noise.
fields.
And they had the electromagnetic fields taking everybody out last season, and still had a chance for home field throughout in the last game of the season, if I remember correctly, and did pretty well for themselves in the postseason as well. So
Kenneth Walker signing with the Chiefs is intriguing.
I'd be more excited about it if I thought Patrick Mahomes was going to come back in September, October.
Yeah.
There's no way he comes. I said that about Jason
I don't
Tatum
know.
also,
I believe in medical
but
miracles now.
There's no way he comes back before late November, December, and by then it's all going to be decided.
They have him on a, 3 years, 45 mil. And there is something to be said about coming off of winning a Super Bowl, being Super Bowl MVP, and joining a team that has been in 5 of the last 6 Super Bowls and won 3 of them. That's an exciting placement for a running back and for a Chiefs team that really struggled with the run game last year. Isaiah Pacheco couldn't stay healthy, and the Chiefs were 25th in rushing yards in the NFL last season, so this gives them a fresh off a Super Bowl win guy in Kenneth Walker. I really wanted him to come to Tennessee. Teresa asked me yesterday, she sent me a message, she was like, just to clarify, in case Kenneth Walker ends up with the Titans, you went to Arlington High School, right? I said, Kenneth Walker could end up with the Titans? How fun would that be? This guy goes to the Chiefs.
Why would you go from the Seahawks to the Titans?
Chiefs, exactly. Why would you go?
By choice.
Speaking of former Tennessee Titans.
Who?
Malik Willis.
Oh.
Down to the Dolphins. And Tua over to the Falcons. What a funny couple of years for the Falcons quarterback. Sign Kirk Cousins.
Yep.
Draft Michael Penix Jr.
Love Big Penix.
Sign Tua Tagovailoa. New coach, new GM. Maybe Tua's the future. They don't have any commitment to Mr. Penix.
Maybe Tua's got to be the backup.
What if he's good? What if he revives his career? What if he has the weapons? What if it's a new environment shot in the arm?
He had the weapons in Miami.
I know.
He had the weapons in Miami. They were the fastest skill position group in the NFL.
But now he has a different version of that.
All right, good luck. Okay. That it all come down to what Bijan can do.
Yeah.
Because he's such a dynamic player at his position that I'm not really that interested in what the Falcons do at quarterback. It is as long as the quarterback.
Someone who can feed it to Drake London and Kyle Pitts and
if Bijan gets golden, it makes feeding it to those guys easier. That's the engine on that team. It's not the quarterback. The quarterback does not matter on that team the way that the quarterback might matter on somebody else's team. Give the damn ball to Bijan. Give it to him in the A. Give it to him in the B.
Don't overthink it.
Throw it to him out in the flat. And then you try and figure out what this quarterback is able to do if the quarterback can read a defense and make the throw in a timely fashion, right? That's it.
Yeah.
The Dolphins may as well be Green Bay Packers South. Got the coach, got the general manager, got the backup quarterback, right? They're
whole
just
band's getting back together
they're just going out there grabbing all of former Packers.
I did think it was a little quizzical based on our conversation yesterday with the Tua salary cap dump and what that meant for the team, and maybe they were just going to take a lot of young contracts on, but now they're paying Malik Willis 3 years, $67 million, and it gives them a quarterback competition with Quinn Ewers. I don't know what the Dolphins are doing. Yeah, I said it. A quarterback competition between Malik Willis and Quinn Ewers. Okay. And they'll probably still draft a quarterback because they're the Dolphins.
They're absolutely drafting a quarterback.
But maybe not.
Malik Willis was coming in as a backup.
There had been some rumblings on Ty Simpson. Maybe they take a later quarterback.
Yeah. Yes. That is what I'm saying. They take a quarterback not in the first round, like a later quarterback. And they say, hey, Malik, can you hold this for us? We'll be back to get it in October.
I'm rooting for Malik.
Cool. Don't see anything wrong with rooting for him. That's fine. But rooting for somebody, he has to go out there and deliver. He has to go out there.
Development in his 6 starts.
He has shown development.
I mean, he's better. Okay, the bar is low, but he's much better than he was in Tennessee.
I
know. As Jacob just said in my ear, it could not get worse than what it was in Tennessee.
Those are true
Facts.
statements. Still not good enough. And that's the truest statement that there is. So, again, with quarterbacks like that, Malik, hold on to this till we get this other guy acclimated, ready, let him watch 3 or 4 games, and then he'll be in to take it. Don't overexert yourself. Don't hurt yourself, kid. We'll be back to get this position from you real quick.
Don't hurt yourself.
We'll get it from a quarterback competition with Quinn Ewers.
Like, if you're excited for football season. Ooh, gives me the tingles.
Oh, no.
All right, TV Tuesday. What are you watching?
Watched a pretty good animal documentary if you're into those types of things. It's a 3-parter. It's called Island of the Seawolves. Okay. It follows a pack of seawolves. Start naming places in Canada. Name Providence.
Quebec.
No.
Vancouver.
No.
Toronto.
No.
Saskatchewan.
No.
Alberta.
You are good at this. No.
Thank you.
No. It follows some seawolves somewhere up in Canada.
None of those?
No. It's a place. I can't remember where. But they
Ottawa.
follow these wolves.
Edmonton.
No. Now, okay,
Now
so
I'm
those
just
are
naming
the
NHL. Montreal.
Okay, now you're naming cities. Okay, maybe it's a
fine.
city. All right. Either way it goes, it follows a pack of wolves that are famous because they can swim. They swim in the water as they do wolf stuff. So the big thing sets up, and it's mama wolf is pregnant, but then daughter wolf is also pregnant. And wolves, we take care of the mamas first. And we don't really take care of the daughter's not supposed to be pregnant when the mama's pregnant because there's only one den. And that follows the tension that builds there. But they also introduce, you'll love it, because there's the cutest otter family. Mama and the baby, they're so cute. So they're doing things, and then they do the killer whales come through, and some of the salmon come through as well. There's a bear family also. My personal favorite in this documentary
Was Vancouver.
Was it Vancouver?
Yes, Vancouver Island.
There it is. You didn't say island afterwards, but Vancouver Island. I'm sorry, what? I don't know what they do up there in Canada.
Canada. I love our commercial right now. Every time I watch these Grizzlies games, as I was talking about the men's hockey
And
team. Chris goes, people would be real confused about your views on that situation based on that ad. And 2, way to just absolutely pour it on Canada.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't care about Canada. Watch the Jessica Benson show. We have a Canadian audience.
Listen, your nationalism
1%.
is out of control.
As they've said.
You are a true nationalist.
Famously.
My favorite character.
Okay.
There's Eagle couple.
Oh.
And they have 2 chicks. The bigger chick, such a little shit.
Really?
Awful. Just an awful human being this Eagle chick is. Just terrible.
An evil chick being.
Yeah, like there's some stuff that ends up popping off, but you know how Eagle chicks are. The bigger one gets more aggressive, starts pecking at the little one, like, get out of here. I want all of the food for just me. It's like, there's more than enough food to go around. But they deal with a heat wave. And they talk about the way climate change is changing some of the animals' behaviors, deal with a pretty significant heat wave for like 10 days. And so that chick is all, I don't want to spoil it, but that chick may or may not die. And you're like, good. It's good stuff.
You're rooting for the death of the chick?
You don't know this bird.
I don't. You're right. I'm unfamiliar.
Terrible human being this eagle is.
Okay.
Awful. Quite possibly the worst human being.
Are eagle babies called chicks?
Yeah. I think.
I don't think so.
Look it up. I'm pretty sure all birds are chicks. Pretty sure. But hey, what do I know? In this day and age. Yeah, they're chicks.
They can be a chick. They're also called eaglets.
Yeah.
Or a hatchling.
Yeah.
Chick, eaglet, and hatchling. All.
It's acceptable.
But yes, they're chicks.
Yeah.
And terrible human beings.
Terrible human beings. Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Making my way through Dragon Ball.
Okay.
I've never watched I've watched Dragon Ball Z on.
Not Dragon
Ball, which is Goku as a child.
Okay.
And all of these characters from Dragon Ball Z, much, much younger. And let me just say, I laugh out loud 3 or 4 times every single episode.
Okay.
It is, don't you watch it.
No, I won't.
It is.
I only take one CJ recommendation every couple weeks, and Scrubs got me. So.
The Island of Seawolves is good.
I do like a nature dog.
And again, it's just 3 hour long, so it's fine. Master Roshi is the dirtiest old man. And I knew that, but I didn't know how dirty he was. I have seen, clip it, more saying penis than I thought was possible. There's just little boy just penis everywhere.
Speaking of.
What?
I started Knights of the Seven Kingdom, the new Game of Thrones spinoff, episode 2.
Just penises everywhere?
No, just one.
Quite the schlong.
Yeah.
We can say schlong on air?
Yeah, I think so. My God. There's like very, I don't know, like on the first episode, some guy is having like explosive diarrhea and you watch it, and in the second episode, you see that. I'm sorry, is that a shot? I feel like that's a good euphemism.
No, I didn't know we could say schlong on the show.
I think that's better than saying.
Why are you saying
After I get on my
schlong?
soapbox about Magic City and say how weird we are as a country about sex, and I have trouble, and I try to say schlong instead of.
You got mad at me for saying titties the other week.
Yes, you can't just say that.
But I can just say schlong?
I think it's different.
Okay, all right. The
think it's a different
matriarchy's out of control.
categorization.
But anyways, this impressive schlong comes on the screen.
It's it's a lot. It's like an old man. And you're just like, that's a lot. That popped out of nowhere. And he pees. So you see it in all
So
its
you're
glory.
not even using it for one of the fun purposes. He's using it for...
No, so far, no sex on this Game
Okay.
of Thrones spinoff. Really, no dragons and no sex. What happened to the Game of Thrones I love? What is this show?
Oh, no.
They're short episodes, which is nice. I appreciate that. So we started that. Still watching Shrinking, which I'm very much enjoying. The Pitt and Scrubs. I now have my 2 medical shows. And as I said last week, I keep getting them mixed up on what's happening on what show. The Pitt... I'm so mad that the Grizzlies have a game on Thursday because Thursday's for the Pitts, not for Memphis Grizzlies games. And now I'm not going to be able to watch the Pitt live because I'm going to be watching Grizzlies Mavericks. It's fine. I'm grateful for my job. I'm grateful to watch basketball, but I'm really upset because the Pitt has a water slide accident. That's how the last episode ended, on a cliffhanger. There's been a water slide accident, so they're going to get all these patients coming from the water slide.
Oh, wait. How many people are on this damn slide?
I don't know. There's
Are
multiple
they in
casualties.
line?
Yes, I think
going up
it collapsed.
and
Yes.
Oh, no. That's terrifying.
I
That
know.
is a fear I have.
Add it to the Final Destination.
Yeah, that's a fear I have.
Or like the water slide snapping in half while you're on it. Another fear I have. So anyway, I'm watching a lot. I'm making my way through industry still. I do, before we wrap up this show, I need to start this love story show. Have you heard of it?
What's the love story show?
It's the new Ryan Murphy show about John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette.
Yeah.
It feels like, at least for the girls of the moment, it's like the culture shaker of the moment. Like all the girls are trying to dress like Carolyn Bessette. There's some restaurant that was featured in it that's like an Indian restaurant in the East Village that has had a line out the door ever since it popped up on the show. And I was listening to my pop business podcast this morning, and they brought up that Google searches for Calvin Klein are up 800% since the show debuted because Carolyn Kennedy, before she married John F. Kennedy Jr., worked at Calvin Klein. And people are running to Calvin Klein to try to get 90s clothes. And Calvin Klein was willfully unprepared. They don't have any 90s throwback clothes right now. So people are like going to Calvin Klein and then not buying anything. And instead they're just Googling old Calvin Kleins. So anyway, it's having a moment. Everyone's mad about it. Daryl Hannah wrote an op-ed about how she's mad about how it portrays her. Jack Schlossberg has called it out for being an inaccurate representation of the Kennedy family. It feels wrong to watch it, but I feel like I have to. I remember where I was when they died, when that plane went down. I was in...
Which Kennedy is this?
The John F. Kennedy Jr., JFK's son.
Okay.
The one who was he was with like the blonde lady.
No.
They died in the plane crash.
Okay.
They were in a fight.
I remember
and she
vaguely,
still got on the plane with him.
I remember vaguely the plane crash.
We were in a hotel room, and I remember my mom like started crying. I was like, "Who are these people?" And like I think that was how I learned about the Kennedys.
Was that the same year as Diana? Like I feel like they happened boom boom.
Close.
Like Diana.
When Caroline was like our princess from a fashion icon standpoint, a lot of differences, but I'm like very watering this down.
And then somebody died playing ski football. One of them Kennedys died, ran into a tree, right?
Yes.
And that happened not too long after
The
that.
Vineyard crash was 99.
Yeah,
and I
okay.
think Diana was 97.
90, yeah. I'm gonna say 97. I'm agree with you. No, 96. Might have been summer. No, it was summer of 97.
97.
It was
August
summer of
97.
97. Yeah, because my sister was born a couple months after that. Yeah.
Yeah, so those were two.
Kind of boom boom.
Yeah. All right. I'll watch it for us. I'll watch it for the sake of the show.
All right.
I'll tell you how it is.
Please do.
We have a Pitt meeting to get to. Everybody, thank you for joining us on this
They are
Tuesday.
not
We
happy.
will be back tomorrow.
Boy, they bad.
Grizzlies, Sixers tonight. We'll see how it goes. We'll see everyone tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye.
What a way to end the show. This is how I go. I'm out doing what I love.